What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, coming at you with yet again another perfume experience. And for today, I have none other than Etruscan Water by Francesca Bianchi. After one of you guys recommended going over them, um, I got reminded by the samplers I have and just really got into Francesca's work again, as well as I have actually ordered some of her newer stuff, so it should be on the way shortly. But with that said, you guys, we're gonna go over the musing of Francesca's website. Then I will go over the notes, and then I will do a perfume experience with you guys. Now, this has been around for quite some time, so this is just my take on it. And yeah, um, let's get started with this. Just before we get started, I guess, make sure to grab your favorite snack, your favorite bevy or cafe, and sit back and relax and enjoy the awesomeness heading your way. All right, so let's go over Etruscan water, extrait de parfum. So the accords are chiffre, citrusy, spicy, and powdery. The mood is a classic, seductive, exciting, and refreshing. In the south of Tuscany, you are approaching an enchanting bay by walking through the most beautiful and intoxicating Mediterranean vegetation. Your skin is warmed up by the heat of the southern sun, yet you are invigorated by the salty and refreshing smell coming from the sea. All right, so notes are bergamot, green tangerine, grapefruit, petite grain, basil, carvey, immortelle, jasmine, iris root, musk, ambergris, labdanum, vetiver, and oak moss. This is an extrait de parfum, so use sparingly as the concentration is 25%. It has great longevity, an average of 12 hours. All right, so let's go over the detailed musing here. The making of Etruscan water. The inspiration for Etruscan water comes from two different sources. The first one is my personal memory being born and raised in Tuscany. We could go to the beach in the south of the region where hundreds of years ago our forefathers, the Etruscans, used to live. In order to access the most stunning, well hidden small bays and offering the most transparent water, there was a 30 minutes walk through the woods. These woods are full of wonders. The smell of typical Mediterranean vegetation is charming, and if you're lucky or unfortunate, you could bump into a wild boar, or even some remains of the Etruscan civilization. The salty, refreshing smell of the sea soothes you from the heat of the sun that is warming up your skin. The second source of inspiration is my personal research on masterpieces of perfumery, as I have recently been intrigued by the classical masculine citrusy cologne, not the light ones but those with a strong character. This is the first release of the line Freefall, opening to new directions in my work. And then she has Chester Gibbs' interpretation, which I think is a poem. It goes along these lines. The time bomb of your life has come. People may come, people may go, just as long as the water's slow. But watch out when you're headed for the waterfall. Dry land is just a love away, warm sun and a place to lay. I see your future, the water above you calm and clear. People may come, people may go, just as long as the water's slow. But watch out when you're headed for the waterfall. This is actually really really nice. Um, all right, and then I guess there's that write up by the same gentleman. Etruscan Water by Francesca Bianchi reminds me of many of my first masculine perfumes that I bought as a teenager, and those perfumes were for me the beginning of dipping into new waters: adulthood, love, sex, romance, adventure. I've always liked dressing up, and in this drawing that I made while wearing and sniffing Etruscan Water, I portrayed the younger me unrobbing himself as he gets ready to step into new unknown waters. This is a beautiful ikebana that Silvia Barucci created to represent my Etruscan Water. I love the combination of flowers, white and green ones, the transparent vase, the flower in the water, and the beautiful background of stones, recalling the Etruscan tombs and also somehow the salty part of the perfume. All right. So here you have it, you guys. So that's it. All right. So everybody's favorite part, I guess, is the perfume experience. It's been a while, so I'm excited to smell this. Yeah, you know what this instantly reminds me of? It reminds me of when I grew up, my dad used to put on Ted Lapidos, and this reminds me of Ted Lapidos. It really is such an old school men's strong scent. Wow, this is so nice. So, so nice. It's just super masculine, very rough but civil at the same time. Very 70s and 80s. Wow. So, so nice. Yeah, this is like I said, this is a very old school masculine scent. So she's very right there in saying that that she tried to capture those strong ones. Yeah, it reminds me of Ted Lapido's. Um, what else are the older ones? I can't remember the names off of the top of my mind, but Ted Lapido's for sure. Wow. Okay. So this is very, very well blended, so it's going to be difficult for me to pick apart the notes, but I can assure you that it definitely has green woody notes. You're going to get the vetiver, the oak moss, the basil. There's also the citrus, kind of a sour citrusy aspect, so that's going to be the bergamot, green tangerine, the grapefruit, and there is the floral aspect too, so that's where you get the jasmine, the iris, and it definitely is. It does have musk, ambergris, and labdanum facets to it, but it's so so well blended that you can't just pick on one versus the other here and make the distinction. Okay, so in terms of performance, this one, you guys, is strong. Uh, Projection, trail, and silage is strong, as you've heard earlier in the description that this will stay around for 12-hour plus for longevity wise, and I do agree with that. I can tell you from experience, having put this on, is that even after you shower and wash your skin, it's still gonna be there. If you spray it on clothing after multiple washes for a full week, you're still gonna smell it. This stuff is potent. Now, is it potent enough to be beast mode? I'm gonna go ahead and say, going off of my skin, strong, but for some of you it might be beast mode, but it is really, really strong. I mean, listen, people will smell it off of you from a distance. You will leave a trail behind you wherever you walk, and most certainly you're gonna leave silage, lingering silage of this wherever you've been, so people will know that you've been in a certain area if they recognize this as your perfume. So strong performance overall. With respect to seasonality, listen, this is a very old school, traditional, utilitarian perfume. So it works across all seasons. So fall, winter, summer, and spring, this will work. It has all the facets that allow it to work in cold weather, like the woods and the resins and the musk and the ambergris and the powdery flowers. And then it has the facets that allow it to do very well in warmer weather like summer and spring, and these are the citruses in here like the bergamot, the tangerine, and the grapefruit. Okay, so versatile enough to wear across all seasons. Now, with respect to time of day, again, versatile enough to wear across the whole day. So you can wear morning, afternoon, or evening. This, you start your day off with it, as well in the afternoon. You can reapply it, and in the evening if you need so. This really would be a signature masculine scent for any guy out there. Okay. Now, going off of the gender spectrum, obviously this is very masculine. I do not see the ladies pulling this off unless you are, a mask lesbian, then you might be into it. But for the most part, this scent is for gentlemen. It's straight up old school masculine scent. Okay. How you would dress this. You would need to dress this formally. Do yourself a favor, do the scent a favor, do everybody else a favor, and make sure you're dressed up in a three-piece suit, bespoke shoes, nice silk tie, a tie pin, your nice luxury watch. You gotta look the part, okay? This scent is a scent of formality, masculinity, civility, ruggedness, roughness. So it requires an appropriate presentation, okay? You're a contained civil beast, if you wish, and that's your scent. So you need to look the part. Now, with respect to context, this is a perfect office scent. It is just fantastic for an office setting. Like I said, it's like an old school Ted Lapidos or Paco Rabanne, those very strong, masculine, green scents that you typically would have smelt in the 80s and 90s, maybe even 70s, as back as the 70s, where men wore that kind of a scent, and would have been quite a lot in an office setting or even outings. But for the most part, let's start context-wise. This will do great in an office setting. Okay, it's not offensive. It is serious. It is formal, and it definitely does convey authority, sharpness, cleanliness, somebody that takes themselves seriously. Okay? Now, would I recommend this as a date scent? No, it's a bit too serious, it's a bit too strong and domineering. I wouldn't recommend it as a date scent. Definitely not a cocktail lounge or a clubbing scent, okay? Otherwise, it's just versatile enough to wear for any other setting. If you're going out golfing, put this on. If you're going out grocery shopping, put this on. If you're going to your kids' recital, put this on. It's just versatile enough to wear anywhere at any time, just with the exception of contexts that require a bit of I guess finesse, like dates or going out clubbing, etc., etc. So overall, would I recommend Etruscan Water by Francesca Bianchi? If you're into old school 80s, 90s masculine perfumes like Ted Lapidos, Paco Rabanne, or even Pine Aftershave, I just remembered that, then 100% yes, get your nose on it, get your wallet on it, cop it. You will not regret it. This stuff is potent, and for the price point, the 30 ml with 25% concentration is like 108 euros. It's a steal. And here's the thing, if you don't want to jump into a full bottle, you got the sampler here, and the sampler it already lasts forever. I had this for years now, and I just use one spray of this stuff because it is just some serious strong juice. Okay, so yeah, nothing but accolades for Etruscan water, and yeah, I'll make sure to make uploads on her newest creations once I do receive them. Until then, I'm gonna wrap it up here, you guys. I hope this has been helpful to some of you and you've enjoyed it. As per usual, I very much appreciate your time and attention, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.